Hi there, listener. You're about to experience TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games, and there will be plenty of game talk, but also copious amounts of crude, off-color, offensive, and immature speech. So if you are of a rather sensitive humor constitution, we're just letting you know what you're in for with this show. It has games. It has jokes. You know, just games and jokes. Take the games, take the jokes, and have a good time.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast, a show that happens twice a week where two old guys talk about old games. We're bringing it back to almost old school again.
Older than old school, really.
I feel like true old school would be like if we were playing a video game off a list. But now it's just us talking about an old game. So we're almost there.
I can almost guarantee you that this game is on a list.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
You're right. Technically, we are playing a game from a list. This game has to be on a list. Probably of the worst NES games.
Yeah. I mean, when the Angry Video Game does it early on, it was like the 30th episode of Angry Video Game Nerd. So it's got some prolific hate. So today, Dave and I are talking about Bart versus the Space Aliens.
Space Mutants.
Space Mutants, but they're aliens.
They are aliens.
Bart versus the Space Mutants.
But maybe they're also mutants.
Mutant aliens?
Mutants from
Even by their
space.
alien kind, they're mutants.
I like that. Now I got new perspective on these space aliens.
Bart versus the Space Mutants.
Actually,
I've also full disclosure.
oh no.
Gotta wake up with Kenna early tomorrow. We had to record super late today.
Yeah.
I took my meds 20 minutes ago.
Oh no.
So we'll see.
I didn't know that.
We'll see how this goes. Because I thought we're gonna start right now. Better take these.
Yeah.
Oh, gotta poop.
Yeah.
That's gonna take a little while. And then because we are still in my new house trying to find the best arrangement to record.
We got some blankets thrown up on the wall, so that's kind of nice.
We're now centered in the middle of my bedroom. So my bed on one side, dressers on one side, and then we have this Hook-esque like blanket village on one side.
Yeah, it's like a blanket
suspended from doors and hung in crooks and crannies to make the sound better because there was still some echo in here. So I hope this sounds good. Hope this comes through better than the Little Fears episode.
I found us a place that we can rent if you want to just rent a building to record in. The problem is that we don't have enough money to do it.
Okay, I was about to say.
Also, the ad said it was a really weird ad that it was on Facebook and it said lakefront cottage. And I was like, okay, that's nice. Click on it and I saw the price and I was like, that's actually not bad. Like it was like $370 a month. And I was like, all right, that's a lot better than rent in Paducah.
Yeah.
And then I kept reading. It was like, all right, no alcohol, no drugs, no kids. Prefer to rent to older men. And I thought that was a very weird distinction. Older men? Like, why is it got to be older men?
Preferred older men who spend lots of time in the bathroom.
Right.
In front of the mirror.
Yeah, I was like, so this is a sex thing, right? It has to be a sex
weird.
thing.
It's like, yeah, like this is the gay hookup cottage. Yeah. So
guys only.
Here's code.
Lemons only.
Man, that is kind of strange. I saw another similar one in a Calvert ad, and I was looking for places before I got this house. That's like, okay, there's some pretty weird rentals out there.
Some odd stipulations to tenants. Yeah.
I can get like no drugs, no smokers. Okay, I get that.
Right.
No alcohol. Yeah, I mean, okay, I guess.
All right, teetotaler.
That might not be a big deal to some people, but what does that do though? Okay, well.
No kids. Well,
I got no pets. I get no kids. Like,
sorry, Kenna. I'm sorry. Daddy can't take you with him.
No. I've got you a sanctioned outside house though.
This landlord with the weird mustache won't allow it.
He says you break fantasy. Whatever that means.
So who are you?
In the fantasy?
Yes. Who are you in the-
I guess whoever he wants me to be for
Which-
375 a month.
Which otter are you? Who are you on the show?
Oh, I'm Tyler. I'm your bearded host. And we have a package to open.
We do, and I, Dave, your bespectacled host, would like to see what's in
I already
this
see a
package.
game.
Well, who's it from?
I don't see anything written on the... Oh, wait a minute.
There's an address label right there. Yeah.
Torn very carefully, Michael H. with his Ziggy.
Address label. I love it. So the Ziggy address label. So we're going to put his address on Instagram, right?
Absolutely. But he's from the city where people gather after the mutant virus wipes out the Earth. If you watch a show on Fox, you'll know what I'm talking about.
I do watch a show on Fox, but I'm not sure it's that show. I actually don't watch a show on Fox. Wait, Bob's Burgers, is that a Fox show?
Yep,
I
it
do
is.
watch a show on
Yeah.
Fox. Just a season behind.
Oh, there's a
some
ton of games. I'm going to set this right here and go for a letter first.
So it's the city? Where do we all congregate?
Tucson.
And what show is that?
Holy shit. Holy shit.
What is it?
We're gonna have to eat this.
We have to eat things?
Yes. Yes, we do.
Michael H, I am on a diet. I'll have you know.
What else is in here?
Oh, is that an anime wall scroll? Oh, it's a fucking
No, it's a waifu pelu.
pillowcase?
Waifu pelu. I was just so excited. I just kept throwing out syllables.
How far
I
are
was
we
excited, Dave.
How far into this episode are we? How much longer do we have before you can go to sleep?
Oh man.
Oh, she is naked as fuck.
I am using this tonight.
Well,
if you don't mind.
What makes you think you get that?
'Cause you have-
Henry needs a new pillow in his crib.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I want to see the look on my mom's face when she comes in and sees that sleeping next to her beautiful baby grandson. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's
I like
pretty
that.
hot. I think that's
I'm
pretty
so
hot.
glad. Michael H. Thank you so much for that. I don't see a letter in here. Let's get to these games first, though. A whole
I think we need to fight first over that pillowcase.
Ziploc bag. Okay,
I think it needs to happen.
a Ziploc baggie full of games. First, Musha for the Musha for Genesis.
I haven't heard of that one.
I've never heard of this either.
What's it look like? Slide it on over here.
Looks like some kind of a Met game. And of course, Sonic the Hedgehog. Just so we'll
Classic.
do it.
Not for resale. So we can't sell this.
I'm
right.
interested in this Project Diva
Project Runway,
F
the game.
Project Diva F second. Her voice echoes on. Hatsune Miku, the world's most famous digital singer.
Yeah, she was on
returns in an
Letterman.
all-new rhythm game featuring the best new music and classic tracks reborn. Tap, hold, and flick to the best as you play through 40 addicting songs and 4 expansively difficult settings that will keep you coming back for more.
What is
All
that
right.
for?
PS3. And the last one, I'm glad this is in here.
What is it?
Well, it's an N64 game.
Oh boy, we love those.
We do, and we have to play it.
We have to play this. I don't want to.
He
play
sent
it
it to us. We got
I don't
to.
wanna
We
play
got
it.
to.
I don't wanna
I'll
play
play it. I'll play it.
No, you won't. Come on.
I will. I'll play this.
What is it?
Power Rangers Rescue for the N64. Hell
What
yes,
kind of
I'm
game
gonna
is
play
that?
this. I don't know.
Is it a beat 'em
I
up?
hope it's just like Ken's favorite show, Paw Patrol, only with the Power Rangers. This Red Ranger here is probably the equivalent to Rocky, the German Shepherd, who is the police dog / spy dog.
I've never seen Paw Patrol.
It's a very slight commentary about police who use drones and also work as spies.
Awesome.
And to eat what he has sent us is an MRE.
Oh, menu 1, chili with beans.
Peelable meal ready to eat individual. Warfighter recommended, warfighter tested, warfighter approved. Menu 1, chili with beans. U.S. government property commercial resale is unlawful.
Well, we didn't buy it.
We didn't buy it from him. Or did we? No, we didn't buy it from him. Do we eat this? Do we...
Yeah, package and all.
Yeah. I don't even know what to do. Peelable seal.
So once you once you open it, you have to cook it or it goes bad?
I don't know.
So are we going to... So can we save it for next time? Can we eat it next time?
We need to save this, yes. Because normally, like, if people send us something, we eat it right out of the jar in the studio. Like, this is something...
But we got to cook that, right?
This is something,
you have to, like, add water or something?
I believe we're going to have to cook this.
Are there instructions on it?
No, I feel like there must be inside the peelable seal.
All right. Well, because I'm worried if we open it, then it's going to, like, spoil or something.
Yeah, we have no idea.
So save it?
Yes. So I'm sorry, Michael. This is very interesting. I'm glad someone sent us an MRE. I'm very curious.
Actually, you're welcome, Michael, because we're going to mention you again on the show.
So you get
when
2
we
props
eat
for this.
So that works out for you.
So hopefully Zach is in this week and like, hey man, come on this show. We're going to make you eat an MRE.
Hey, you know this
Are you excited?
Yeah, that you don't want to eat at the helicopter shop?
No, but thank you very much, Michael.
Yes,
that
thank
was very
you.
good.
Thank you. We are literally going to fist fight over the pillowcase once this episode's done. Actually, we're going to record it, and that'll be this month's
As long as I can
episode.
somehow keep you out of rage, I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, you'll be okay, I think.
What's up, Dave?
Hey,
We could roll.
not much.
You want to go?
Yeah.
Ready to dive headlong into Bart?
I mean, I'm feeling a little peckish. I sure wish I had like an MRE or something.
Yeah.
But
I often feel like that as
whatever.
well.
It's fine. I'll survive.
As a human, I need to replenish my stores. I need a properly balanced meal. Perhaps something, I'm sure whatever MRE means. It's
Meal
on here.
ready to eat.
Man, I want a meal ready to eat.
That actually doesn't sound bad. Like, that's a good name for it.
Yeah.
They should just call it that instead of MRE. MRE sounds awful.
Yeah. Just literally, all I have to say it out. Meal ready to eat.
You want a yum bag?
Yeah, yum yum bag sounds pretty good.
We got a yum bag. I mean, you guys.
Peelable yum bag.
Yeah, you guys want some yum chili? Just throw yum in front of everything.
Although I do not know much about the military, I do know that people say that Salisbury steak is the one you don't want.
Really?
Everything else is passable, but you don't want Salisbury steak.
Well, we lucked out. We got
chili with beans.
Not just chili.
Chili with
Chili
beans.
with beans.
See, I like beans in my chili, and a lot of people don't.
Now, you gotta have beans.
You know what?
in chili.
This right here, it's good. It's even better that we're going to wait to do it because we can also take the plethora of hot sauces that we've been given.
From Paul Cluo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And test.
give 'em another
and
run?
test all these hot sauces. There's a few we haven't tested. Or a few
There are?
that there were 4 that Ryan had that I didn't know if he'd been given or not, but I know we didn't try them.
Because I know we tried all the ones that Paul sent.
That Paul sent us.
So we got more to try.
We've got some more.
Sweet. Oh, and I can bring. This is like a little party that we're planning. I'll bring that green salsa that I've been telling you about.
Yeah.
So that you can try that.
Awesome.
I've been meaning to bring that so you could try it, but I forget every time.
Well, see, Michael, look what it's doing. Look what your gift has given us.
You're bringing us closer together, which I didn't know was possible. So
we're gonna have to put some kind of a food-based game and just roll with it.
yeah,
Next time.
Yeah. Let's just do burger time again.
Ryan has a Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo game about
Bragger.
well, I can't remember what it's called. It's a super cheap game that he bought where basically you're a chef who has to go and just like knock this food unconscious, put it in a bag, and then go deposit it in a prison to cook later. And it's like sentient walking around on feet.
All right. So next, that's the game we're doing next.
That's what you should do next.
I agree.
And eat that chili.
And eat the chili and the hot sauce.
Damn
and you
right.
can try the green salsa if I remember it.
Perfect. Needs to be awesome.
We have more packages. I've been trying to bring them here to record in order of postmark. So
Okay.
we've got 2 more locked and loaded.
Man, God, I love it. I
So-
love that this becoming like a staple to the intro.
Yeah.
Love this.
No, it's
love
it's
it so
beautiful.
much.
And the people who mail us things are wonderful people.
Absolutely.
Very kind people
Absolutely.
because like these games are amazing.
Yeah.
And the food that
All
we
in
get,
good condition.
the chips that we get are amazing.
It's a good variety. 2 Genesis,
Yeah.
an N64 and a PS3. Yeah, that's solid.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Yeah, I'm almost ready to get into this Bart versus the Space Mutants.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of a story, just a tiny one.
Please.
Just a super tiny, like a flash story.
Mm-hmm.
I voted today. I just want to brag about that for a moment. I'm wearing my sticker.
I didn't get my sticker. I voted, but I didn't get my sticker.
Where's your sticker? I don't believe you.
I didn't get one. I was like, where are we?
Sure.
We don't have any at the moment.
Yeah. That's what they all say.
No one's going to think about
You know
it.
who says that?
No one's going to think about it.
Non-voters. So I didn't have time this morning to vote because I felt like it was super important that I sleep 10 hours. So, so I woke up.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You got today off work. It's awesome.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I just went to bed super early last night. Last night was a running night. And I did not get much sleep the night prior. So it was like I got home and it was just like by the time Henry was like getting sleepy and his little baby eyelids were getting heavy, I was like, oh, he's almost asleep. I'm going to go ahead and lie down on the couch.
Your calories for the day on that spent must have been
Low.
Yeah.
Low. Yeah.
I'm going to yawn while I'm saying that. I find it interesting.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did. So I'm just going to yawn in the middle of it.
No, it's great.
So it's medically induced.
So because I didn't wake up early enough to go and vote, and shit kind of hit the fan a little bit for me at work today. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that the next time you hear me on this episode, that I'm still employed.
I personally think you will be.
We'll see.
I personally think you're going to be fine.
We'll see. So I wasn't able to vote during lunch.
So everybody tweet Dave's boss.
Actually,
Hashtag Team Dave.
yeah. Please, you don't know just don't do anything, please. Just carry on. Just finish this episode. Just carry on with your lives. So I had to do it after work. And because, once again, the shit kind of hit the fan a little bit at work, I had to stay a little bit later than usual. So I rolled out of work about 5:30. Polls close at 6 o'clock. So I speed to the church that I needed to vote in. Don't get me started on voting in a church. It's weird to me.
That's where I voted. Yep.
We got fire stations and stuff, y'all. Let's just do it there. Let's just do it at like a state-owned facility.
I voted, let's see, at my old elementary school.
That's fine. That's great. That's like a public thing.
At a church, and I believe at a welcome center. Those are three places that I voted.
I've done it at a fire station before in Lexington, and let me tell you, there's no going back from that. Because you walk in, you get to see a whole bunch of cool shit.
Yep.
I walk into a church, and it's like, yeah, I've seen all this before. I get it.
Yeah.
It's a place of worship.
Well, see, the opposite. Well,
You don't have fire
not
trucks
exactly the
here.
opposite, but my uncle is the magistrate of a neighboring county, and also the fire chief.
Oh, really?
So, like most time, the only place large enough to house us with the firehouse. So we have Christmases at the firehouse.
You lucky bastard.
Sorta.
Oh, really?
I mean, small county, so sorta.
Gotcha. So it's like a pickup truck spray painted red.
Red. I just have a bunch of garden hoses spooled up in the back.
We couldn't afford a Dalmatian, so here's a cow on a lead. Same, right?
If you live more than 200 feet from my house, you that sucker's gone, man.
This is Bessie, the fire cow. She's pretty good. So I rolled up in. The point is, I rolled up in super late, like quarter till closing. So I'm sure they were all super happy to be there. And I rolled in, and there's three of them sitting at the table. Two of them do not acknowledge me. The older lady at the end does. She looks up and she's very friendly. She says, "Hi." I'm like, "Hi. Sorry, I know you're like so close to closing, but this isn't a restaurant, so I figure it's okay."
Yeah.
She says, "Are you?" She says, "Republican or Democrat?" Because there's two different ballots. And I said, "Guess." That was not a great response. I found out you should probably just answer that question instead of like trying to make a fun game out of it 15 minutes before they get to leave. So she just looked at me and she said, "Republican or Democrat?" And I said, "Democrat."
I said, guess.
Bitch. Did I stutter?
I'm here to have fun and participate in democracy.
Why does this have to be such a serious process, lady? I just want to have crazy fun at the polls.
And then she just looks at you. Democrat.
Yeah. Also, I hope you don't mind, but I started campaigning within 100 feet of this location. Is that cool?
Yeah, she just said on the paper, Bernie Sanders. I'll just fill this out for you, sir. I'm a very good guesser now.
Well, sir, based on your glasses, your shirt, and your total, you're just emanating a sense of not wanting to do anything. I'm just going to go ahead and guess Democrat. So here's your paper. Another thing that I want to mention, I don't know if this is cool to say or not. I don't know if I've got the right to mention this because other podcasters are involved in this. I am playing Final Fantasy 14 again. I'm back in the game. And I got to tell you, have I mentioned to you that I went back to WoW? Did I mention that to you?
Were you playing Vanilla WoW?
No, this is after Vanilla WoW.
Okay.
So, here's a little MMO story for you. I met up with some friends who had been away from WoW for a long time, and we had dinner. And by the end of the dinner, we were all like, we should play WoW. We talked about World of Warcraft for almost an hour. We should all start playing again. And we're like, yeah, okay, sounds sweet. And I got home and I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical about it. And then because Blizzard has my house bugged, much like Wizards of the Coast did in the early 2000s, I got an email from Blizzard saying, hey, dog, you want the latest expansion for free and 7 days of free game time? And I was like, yeah, I do. I want to do that. Let's do it. I logged in, I played for 2 hours, and I was like, well, I am done with this game forever because I did not enjoy it at all. And it's not because it's not because of the changes that were made. It was just because it just, for some reason, it didn't have the same charm.
Yeah.
When I quit playing that game, I thought it looked well. It looked well. It looked good for like a game that was
It looked well, as in not sick.
Yeah.
Now.
Now, very ill. Very ill. It looked like it had like all of the diseases. It just wasn't fun. So I stopped that. And then Paul Kluel, Ruby Baron, Paul Kluel of Loaded Cart Gaming, he happened to send me a message saying that he was playing Final Fantasy 14. And it was like I was looking for a reason to go back to that game. And it was just like, yeah, I'll do that. WoW didn't work out for me the second time, so yeah, I'll try this out. Turns out that he's playing, and Drew and Bailey are playing from Hops and Heroes podcast. So naturally, we formed a guild, which we called Adam Levine Fan Club.
See, man, I fucking love that. I fucking love that so hard.
So the invitation.
You know who else would love that? My dad.
Really?
My dad. Oh man, Dad loves The Voice.
Really?
Oh my God, my dad loves The Voice. Like, I swear, it takes him so long to digest an episode because, like, I'll come over one day and he'll want to show me. He'll show me something like, boy, this girl can sing. Kyle, listen to this one. And he'll do something, and then he'll rewind it again. Listen to her to get this note.
Oh, wow. He's deep into it.
He loves it. And he'll get around them going to the judges. Get to Christina. If you ask you to kiss you, she has to you to kiss her. Would you kiss her? And I was like, anywhere she asked me to, Dad. And he just gave me like a I know what you mean, boy.
Next time I see your dad, I know exactly what I'm going to ask.
Where would you look at that and let her kiss you?
I'm just going to be like, hey, is there any woman in the world who looks great at any weight other than like Christina Aguilera? Like she nails it at any like weight because like that girl has fluctuated. I think she looks amazing. She always looks amazing.
I think it would be hard pressed. I don't think we'll see him on the show again for a while.
Because of what happened?
Of what happened.
At your mom's work?
Yeah. I'll have to tell him, like, oh, Nikki doesn't listen anymore. No.
Actually, what I'll do, next time he calls or says that he wants to call, I will make special arrangements to have Nikki back on the show.
Oh, man, if we know, he calls in like, no, I'm just me and Dave. Oh, and once he starts, oh, Nikki's here, by the way. And Mom.
And then we hear a wholesome story from Randy for the next 3 minutes. So we are on the server Curl. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Curl.
So if you want to join us, we're there. You can look up the free company. That's what they call a guild in Final Fantasy XIV. My character's name is Gogozan Rarazan, something like that. I don't know. Just how about you just...
It's Gogo from Final Fantasy 6, dipped in the Lazarus pits.
Yes.
And from Batman and raised back.
That's how you know how I got the name.
Yeah.
So, and I also want to apologize to Brandon Cates, who has tried to get me back into Final Fantasy XIV since I mentioned it on this show years ago. And I want to apologize to him because I did not get on Cactuar, which I believe that he is on. So, but hey, man, if you want to just roll up a character for goofs and hang out on QRL, you can. You can.
That's like Russian. Russians say, Germans say squirrel. Squirrel.
So that's it. That's all my things. I'm done. I'm sure we're like 40 minutes in the episode. We can actually talk about Bart versus the Space Mutants now.
Dave, you hear this? You hear that?
I do hear that.
Stupid Dave, I'm trying to get him into fucking Final Fantasy 15. Won't even play for me.
It sounds like a disgruntled poll volunteer angry that I am not on the correct server.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Which, of course, we all know.
Or a Democrat or Republican.
Oh, she knew. She knew. Come on, I was fucking with her a little bit because, I knew and she knew.
You're in your early 30s. She knew.
Yeah, she was like, well, he might be borderline.
You drove up in a car. She knew.
Yes, I do hear that, which, of course, ushers in a segment that I like to call Dave Reads Wikipedia. I have a link in Evernote that I need to open right now. Okay, guys. The Simpsons, Bart versus the Space Mutants. And full disclosure, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, the title of this episode is not going to have The Simpsons, in it. Because it's going to fuck up our search results. So it's just going to be Bart versus the Space Mutants. Because I'm all about making an integral compromise in order to get us more page views.
The Simpsons, semicolon.
Yeah. You really want to fuck shit up? Put an M dash in it. Because the internet spiders are just like, I don't know what to do with it. Should we let this publish to iTunes? No, denied. So The Simpsons, Bart versus the Space Mutants.
The Simpsons, parentheses.
The Simpsons, It's a weird game.
The Simpsons, capital P.
The Simpsons, Bart versus period. Bart vs. period, the Space Mutants, is the title of the first video game based on the animated television series, The Simpsons. Have you heard of it, Tyler?
A little bit.
It was released in 1991.
I'm a real connoisseur. Everything past season 9, gold. Don't care about that old garbage.
Here's a little thing. I've seen some recent episodes of The Simpsons. Not terrible.
Well, that's still a bleak moniker for how I would have described early Simpsons. Not terrible. That's still
So I was expecting the worst because I've heard really, really, really bad things about new episodes of The Simpsons. It wasn't terrible. It was weird to see them with smartphones. I'll say that. It's weird to me to see a smartphone in a Simpsons episode.
The last Simpsons episode I sat down to watch was when they won the gold in the Olympics for curling. I watched that. It's I haven't watched this in a while. I'm going to watch this. I'm not going to watch this ever again. So
it's fair. Curling, that's kind of low-hanging fruit, right?
Because Marge was great with her broom. Yeah, man. Rah, rah, rah.
So Bart versus the Space Mutants was released in 1991 for the Nintendo Entertainment System, Atari ST, the Amiga, the ZX Spectrum, the Commodore 64, and Amstrad CPC. Never heard of that one.
I am so fucking curious about the Amiga.
Yeah?
I keep seeing it so much more, and I watched a playthrough of this on the Amiga.
Looked pretty good, didn't it?
It looked so good.
It looked pretty good. I've seen the title screen for it and some screenshots from the Amiga version.
Yeah.
Look great. Compared to the NES. But, hold on. I'm not done. It came out in 1992 for Sega Mega Drive / Genesis, Sega Game Gear, and Sega Master System. That's how many fucking platforms this game came out on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 platforms for Bart versus the Space Mutants.
And what's probably one of the worst places you can play it, I imagine, is the NES.
Yeah. From all the comparisons I saw, the NES looked the worst.
Looks the worst.
This game was published by Acclaim. You might have heard of them. And Ocean Software. Probably heard of them.
Oh, man. I feel like Ocean, like...
I know.
Okay, if you're just looking for a piece of shit to eat and like, oh man, let me give me my shit supply. I'm at LJN.
Here it is.
What else?
Chili with beans.
Yeah,
Meal ready to eat.
I can't have that LJN brand shit. What's pretty close?
What's next?
Ocean shit. All right,
Just
there
a
we
step
go.
up.
Yeah, it's just a small step up.
I think Ocean, I could be wrong, but I think Ocean published Jurassic Park for the SNES, which I do eventually want to play for this show.
Okay.
And I figured that would jive with your goal of talking about all the Super Nintendo
Of course it
games.
does.
Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
It's like a top-down, kind of open world Jurassic Park game.
Then no, I do
and
not.
it's nothing like the Genesis version.
No.
Because I remember I had an SNES and I didn't have a Genesis, and I remember feeling kind of gypped because it was just like, I can't play as a raptor, dog. What am I even? What does this all mean? Why are we even doing this?
I just want Grant to die.
So, Bart versus the Space Mutants. It's a platform game, not platforming game. Platform game. The player controls Bart Simpson, Bart Eat My Shorts Simpson, through 5 levels as he tries to ruin the aliens. Not the mutants. Interesting choice of words there. Aliens plan to take over the world. Video game critics have given Bart vs. the Space Mutants mixed reviews, with criticism directed at the difficulty of the game, partly caused by restricted controls.
Yeah. Because I remember the first time I played this game, I was so excited. I was like, oh, man, it looks awesome. And like, people, yeah, you can get cherry bombs and blow shit up.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. All right. Stepped on, had no idea what I was doing with the game. No clue.
Sure.
Whatsoever. And I would just die very, very quickly. Playing through it again and knowing what you have to do does make a big difference. Just knowing, like, the aliens, nonsensically, we need
Space
purple.
Please, Tyler. Let's use the proper let's use the proper nomenclature.
The mutants.
The Space Mutants.
Space Mutants. As we say in Florence, Kentucky.
Yeah. You know, sometimes I wonder.
Florence, y'all.
Sometimes I wonder why we haven't been, like, I don't know, picked up for television or something with like hits, like goof hits like this.
Very, very niche humor that like maybe 10 people in our entire sphere will understand. That there is a Florence, Kentucky. It's ridiculous, and you've mentioned it before. It did say, like, a water tower that said Florence Mall. They didn't want to say Florence Mall anymore, so they painted it to say Florence y'all. Welcome to Florence, y'all.
I'm sorry, I derailed you.
Spray paint everything that's purple.
Yeah.
Which I have to give the game credit for what it was trying to do in this level, because you have to be pretty creative in order to cover all the purple things. The easiest thing is find a can of spray paint, paint all the
Purple things red.
Red, but there are things you can't just paint. You have to figure out a way to color them red.
And I think that is cool.
Yeah.
However, it has the same problem that I have with point-and-click adventure games that do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because like this game at parts feels like a point-and-click adventure, because there are certain things, like, for example, in the first level, which is exclusively what I am going to talk about, because I have never finished the first level. Not as a fucking child and not as an adult. And I honestly do not care to. I tried. I really did. I played this game and I tried. I was like, my goal was, I'm not going to beat this game. I'm going to be realistic. I'm going to beat the first level. Still didn't do it. But an example of this point-and-click adventure style is there's a pet shop on the first level. And in this pet shop, you can see there's a window and there's a purple bird in the cage. It was obvious to me, okay, that bird is purple. I need to get it the fuck out of there. So now it's an issue of, all right, well, how do I get it out of there? And that part is fun, like trying to figure out what to do. But the problem with it is when I try different things, like when I try a cherry bomb, for example, which is what is supposed to work, you were pulling a big old nasty one out of your nose.
That was bugging me. I was like, I'm going to put David on his friend to the test right now. I'm going to lean back from the mic and I'm just going to go wrist deep and get this horrible booger out of my nose.
You look like a bear trying to get honey like out of one of those hanging cliff hives.
Because it was something at the new Jungle Book. Because out of the it was like in the tip of my nose, and I was just having like push back and I could feel it pushing back. Like you got to be gone, son.
I hope the friendship test wasn't if he mentions this on the air, he fails.
No.
Because otherwise, I'm sorry,
No.
I'm not a good friend.
I understand. It's your job. It's your job to point out stuff like that.
You're right. So back.
Only if it was Nicole should you not mention it on the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. Back to the bird.
God knows how much she just digs for
digs
gold
up in
every time.
I hope for your sake she is not listening to this episode.
That I outed that secret that she picks her nose all the time on the show. Nope, I don't think I've ever seen Nicole even approach her nose with her hand. So no.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, back to the bird, back to the purple bird in the pet shop window. I know I got to get rid of
the
him
purple
somehow.
bird, or purd, as we like to shorten.
The bird. Here in Florence, y'all, we call them birds. I knew that I needed to do something with this bird, so I try like the magnet. Maybe the magnet like opens the bird cage door or something like that. That doesn't work. Well, what else could I try? I got this whistle. Birds also, like, they chirp. It kind of sounds like a whistle. Maybe if I blow it, I don't know, something will happen. That didn't work. I go through all the items in my inventory, including the item that I'm supposed to use, which is a cherry bomb, because you throw the cherry bomb, it explodes, and it scares the bird away. The problem with it is, if you don't do it exactly right, if you don't put that cherry bomb right where it needs to be, it doesn't scare the bird. And what that tells me is, that communicates to me, cherry bomb is not what you need to use.
Yep.
And I had the same problem at the fire hydrant. You have to open a fire hydrant to spray water on an awning that's been recently painted purple. So you're washing the paint off with a fire hydrant. You have to open the fire hydrant with a wrench. But if you're not standing in the exact perfect pixel that you need to stand on when you use the wrench, it doesn't work. And which communicates to me, okay, well, it's not
Wrong
the wrench, so what do I try now? Do I like try to bottle rocket this motherfucker open or something?
That's, I think, without a guide, trying to play this game, not knowing what you're doing, like, it's a disaster. It's a technological disaster.
But it could have been worked around, I feel like. And it's like, that's like, if, I don't know, make it so that the items work within a larger range.
Yeah.
Or some indicator that this is the right tool, but you're not using it properly or something like that. Also, full disclosure, I wanted to mention this at the top, but I forgot. Two Dudes and an S, they did talk about Bart versus the Space Mutants.
Okay.
So we're totally just tromping right through their territory.
If you enjoy our somewhat jagged, splintered shitting on of this game, but like, I actually want to know a little more, maybe in a clean way, about
this game.
We got you covered with Two Dudes and an S.
We talked about picking our nose, and we also talked about waifu pillows. They talked about a haircut at the beginning of that episode, so that's like the degree of like how much cleaner they are than we are. So I wanted to give them a shout out because they've already covered this game earlier this year.
Because let's see, you're also supposed to, aliens are disguised as humans, so you put on X-ray specs so you can see
Space Mutants, Tyler.
Space.
Not aliens.
I also played some Assassin's Creed 2 today, so I should be on point for this. Space Mutants.
Are there a lot of Space Mutants in Assassin's Creed 2?
mi madre and padre, Space Mutants.
Chef Boyardee is an Assassin's Creed too, right? He's a target.
Yeah. And then you put on your X-ray specs to identify them, jump on their heads, and get like a coin to spend, so you can buy the things that you need.
You get, when you stomp on the head of a person as a space mutant impersonating a human, you get a weird orb that looks like an eye that gives you a letter for a member of your family.
Right. Okay, I had that mixed up.
So in the first level, you have to spell out Maggie, and you get each letter from, I guess, one of the Space Mutants' eyeballs. I guess that's what that is. I don't know how that correlates to a letter. But yeah, that family member helps you out with the boss at the end of the level. Maggie is at the first, and she like rolls bowling balls that you have to like, I guess, kick at Nelson.
Yeah.
A guy who kind of looks like Nelson.
Yeah, none of these really look that much like who they're supposed to.
Mo, did you see Mo come out of the tavern?
No.
He just looks like all the other guys. Because like one of the purple items is Mo's like shirt. So like you make a prank call from outside. Which is a nice touch because
that is cool.
Like that level has a lot of like nice touches to the show, and I appreciate that. It's just the game is really shitty. So you make a prank call. Mo comes out, and when he comes out, you spray paint his shirt red.
See, that kind of thinking and puzzle solving, like that could have been a really good thing to do, especially like to keep it up through the course of the game.
Yeah.
But this first level is the most interesting.
I guess.
Yeah.
I haven't been past it, so I don't know. I was surprised when I learned that there was more than one level to this game.
I could not beat it either, so I had to look beyond it. So sorry, this game is real fucking hard. So we couldn't push through it, and it's put together so poorly. I feel like on level 1 they had a cool idea. That was the one thing I could defend this game with, was the ingenuity to solve some of these puzzles. But that completely drops off as the next place is the mall, because the aliens are like, all right, well, if we can't have purple stuff, we got to have hats. So you go to the mall, and they're just like, it's not the same. They're just hats in various places. You have to jump and get. I think once you have to like knock one off a lady's head in order to grab it, but it's basically hats. Collect hats, and avoid the possessed napkins, backpacks, donuts, and things like that in the mall.
That sounds less interesting, but it also sounds easier.
It's not because of the instant death platforming.
Oh.
Because there's one point that's Mega Man-esque in that like there are these moving platforms, and if you miss one just slightly, you drop it on the wet pavement and you're dead. So, yeah. No, there are no continues in this game. Yeah. You just have like 3 lives, I think. 2 hits per life.
Yeah.
And you're gone. So it is brutally difficult.
And there's 5 stages, is that right?
Uh-huh. And the controls are bad. It reminds me of like it's reminiscent to me a little bit of A Boy and His Blob.
Okay. Because of the menu system?
The menu system, and then just how you kind of like these enemies that jump and down and jump in lines, and you just have to figure out your way past them. And at least in the first level where you would have to solve the puzzles would be the same thing you would do with like feeding the blob jelly beans.
Right.
But then at that point, it's just bad platforming.
I'm glad you brought up the controls because it reminded me, as I was playing this game, I honestly felt like this would have been a much better Super Nintendo game than an NES game.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because A, of course, it would look better. Mm-hmm. But more importantly, B, you have more buttons on an SNES controller. And this game desperately needed more buttons because with just the A and B button, you had to, one, A jumps, B uses whatever object you've got in your hand, spray paint. So it uses whatever you got in your hand. Meanwhile, if you don't want to use spray paint, if you want to like use a bottle rocket, you have to hit start, which does not pause the game. What start does is activates whatever item you've got pulled up at the bottom of your inventory. So it doesn't make sense to me that B uses an item of your inventory, but it's only the spray paint while you have to select all the other ones. And
like selecting your specs takes sometimes too much time.
The alien, the Space Mutant will disappear off the screen. And what will happen is, like, if they disappear, they're gone. And you have a specific number of purple objects that you need to dispose of in order to end the first level. I think the margin of error is 1. I think you can miss 1 purple object in the level, or you cannot progress. So, like Mo, for instance, like if you make the prank phone call, he comes out and you don't spray paint his shirt red. There's one that's just gone. It's gone.
There's also
you can't call him. You can't call him back.
Yeah. There's also the point with the ball rolling in front of the flower pot.
Yeah.
And you have to jump on that ball to send it up to break the flower pot that's purple.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But the ball keeps rolling, never rolls back. You've just missed that one.
And the same with a lot of the people that you were mentioning, the ones who were possessed by the Space Mutants. If you miss them, sometimes they don't come back. And if they don't come back, it means you can't spell Maggie, which means Nelson is going to destroy you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, I think the Super Nintendo would be good because you could use L and R to cycle through your inventory instead of having to hit start and then down, 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 down. And then you could have, if the spray paint's really super important to have throughout the entire game that you need to dedicate a button to it, that's fine. You have just a spare button that you can use. In order to run in the game, you have to hold down A, but the problem is that's also the button that you use to jump. So if you want to run in the game, you have to jump first. Which a lot of the times you don't fucking want to do that because you will get hit by something.
Yeah.
So that's a disaster. If you want to do a long jump, do you run and then jump? Well, no, you can't do that like you would in Mario because you're already holding down the jump button to run. What we're going to do, if you want to do a long jump, hit A and B together. Oh, and it says this in the instruction manual. It says hold down A and B down simultaneously in order to long jump. Oh, but definitely hit B first or else you will use your spray paint. So it's not hit them simultaneously. Wow. It's hit one, there's a second, just a split second after the other. That is how bad the controls are in this fucking game.
And you have to use that long jump a lot.
A lot. The controls in this game are garbage. Like that is, I feel like that is beyond subjective.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously it's subjective, but like if you look at it, it's like, oh, there's no way this is designed well.
Yeah, it is not.
You either need more buttons to map shit to, or you need to just completely redesign those controls.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. That's ridiculous. Then what? You kill Nelson, and the next level is the Moth and Matt. The final boss there is some kind of a salesman dropping briefcases on you.
Okay.
And you have to jump on the briefcases to send them back up and hit him.
All right, sure. He lost all his spirit.
Yeah. And then the next level, you're in at a carnival, and you have to, I believe, pop blue balloons. Of course, the stage.
Is it Krusty Land?
I think Krusty Land. You're right, it's Krusty Land. And at the very end, you fight Sideshow Bob, which is fucked up because Sideshow Bob, once he jumps at you, and there's like a 2-pixel length where you jump on his feet. So as soon as he comes at you and lands, you have to make sure he barely misses, jump just a little bit, so then you jump on his foot. I mean, it's just like, oh man.
I hope the letters that you collect in that level spell out Sideshow Mel.
Sideshow Mel, yeah.
It's a very long level.
Because remember what? Because it's, I guess Maggie's the worst one. Because Maggie, Homer, and Marge are the 3. I don't think Lisa can help you.
No, I don't know. I didn't. Like I said, I didn't get past the first level. All I know, the only reason I know what the levels are because I read the instruction manual.
Yeah,
which is online. So that's cool. That's nice. That's a thing that you can go look at.
Oh, and then what after? And you go to a museum after that to collect exit signs. And that's a mess of just like you having to dodge all these lasers all over the place to collect exit signs. I don't know who the boss was. Couldn't tell who he was. It just looked like a regular guy it could have been me. I could have been the boss because he was bald and had a beard. So, You said I thought it'd been Marvin Monroe, but I was like, he's not even wearing glasses. He's not even fat. I don't know who this guy is. Just generic, like, museum supervisor.
I haven't even seen him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was just when you said bald, I was like, Dr. Monroe?
And I think the last stage is the power plant. And there's not even a boss in the power plant. You just have to go all over the place to find radioactive rods. You collect enough. Maggie throws her pacifier where the last one should be. And this makes the aliens mutants. Space Mutants. Makes them run away. That's just it.
Yeah.
But it's so difficult getting past the first 2 stages.
Yeah.
Man, oh my God. Like, I could beat the first one. I know, like, the Angry Video Game Nerd is good at shitty games. And he just, like, threw in the towel in the second one. That's it. Done. No more. So, yeah, like that.
I think beside the controls, I think one of my biggest gripes with the game design in general, is its inconsistency. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Okay, so this is a platforming game. It's a puzzle platformer, at least the first stage is. You run across a space mutant. How do you kill it?
When you see it, not one disguised.
Yeah, how do you just see one out and about? How do you kill
Just
it?
avoid it.
Okay, so you can't. So you're saying you cannot jump on it to kill it, right?
Right.
Okay, so you flip your X-ray specs on, and you see a passerby. He has tentacles coming out of his head, which indicates that he is a space mutant in disguise. How do you kill him?
Can jump on his head.
Okay, so wait, you jump on his head.
Yeah.
Wait, but you can't jump on the other ones.
No,
but you
no,
could.
no.
You have to jump on his head.
Right.
Okay, but wait. I have another question. What if you jump on a regular human who's not possessed by a space mutant? What happens then?
They get mad and you take damage.
They hurt you.
Yep.
So the only thing that you can jump on to kill is a human possessed by a space mutant. That is the exception to the rule. This thing that you have to do is an exception to the rules that have already been set up by the game, that you don't kill things by jumping on them.
Yep.
So as a child, I never jumped on those. I never jumped on them because everything hurt me when I jumped on them.
Yeah.
So I would always get to the end of the stage, and first of all, I wouldn't have enough purple items, but it wouldn't have mattered because if I would have, Nelson would have just destroyed me because Maggie wouldn't have been there with her bowling balls.
Yeah.
It's a fundamental flaw in game design.
It's a messed wreck. Yep.
It's just, that's a fundamental flaw. I feel like this game is full of missed opportunities, and I know that sounds super lame. That's like a real corporate. Yeah, this is
No, the concept was cool, and the first level, the idea behind it was cool. I wish they would have kept it up throughout the rest of the game, like creative ways to get hats off of mannequins and
implemented it better. That's important to say. Implemented it better.
The control
and cleaned up the
scheme.
controls.
Yeah.
And I feel like this could have been
a good game.
A good game.
Yeah, totally would have been.
And I would have even overlooked it not looking great because it doesn't look great. But to be honest, it's 3 years before the SNES came out. So, it's it's on old hardware. I get it. It's not gonna look great. It's an NES.
Yeah.
They really try to wow you with the Bart Simpson sound bites.
Eat my shorts, and then just the Simpsons theme.
Yeah. Well, you also get what? Cool, man.
Cool,
man.
cool, man.
Which those actually sounded okay. I was surprised that they were able to get that out of the NES hardware.
Yeah.
And I also think this is another point in the pros column for Bart versus the Space Mutants. I thought the dialogue writing, I thought was actually pretty good. Because when the Space Mutants are talking to each other about how they're going to see their plan to fruition, it reads to me like dialogue from like over the top dialogue from like a Treehouse of Horror episode or something like that. So I thought that was well done. I thought the theme song sounded amazing. I love the 8-bit Simpsons theme song. Like I really thought like it had depth to it. I feel like whoever made that version of the song was like, holy shit, this is a Danny Elfman joint and I gotta fucking do it right. Or I'll never work in this guy's garage again.
I'll never work for the prestigious ocean ever again.
What do you think? You got more to say?
No. Don't play it. It's just a fun, or the NES version. I haven't played the other versions. It might be better on Genesis or Amiga. I don't know. Don't play the NES version.
Play it for a couple minutes. That's my takeaway. Play it for a couple minutes just so you can experience the things that we talked about. Don't even try. Don't even try to like progress.
Okay, if you're a man and just put the cock in your mouth. Don't just like suck it till it's done. But just like you need to know how bad it is. So just put the dick in your mouth.
Yeah.
Just get past level 1.
Who's to say
be done with it?
Who's to say that that's bad? Might be. It might. Look, Bart versus the Space Mutants might just be your orientation.
That's true.
I'm not saying that it's a bad game. It's just different from my point of view.
Or play it enough, and then you'll feel like you're fucked in the ass, and just like, well, nope. I've taken this now.
I've tried it.
It's not for me.
Yeah.
I played Bart versus the Space Mutants.
That's actually what my tramp stamp reads. I played Bart versus the Space Mutants.
Oh, straight? Cool. Okay, gotcha.
Straight but tried it? Okay, cool. We're on board. I think that's all that I've got to say about the game.
Have any achievements?
I do have a couple achievements.
Please go on.
My first achievement, Tyler, is called like taking Kremble from an infant Zebloid.
Okay.
And in order to unlock like taking Kremble from an infant Zebloid, which is that's just a sampling of the wonderful dialogue that's written in this game. In order to unlock that achievement, you need to die on the first level.
Okay.
Because you're making it very easy on these Space Mutants. My second achievement, Tyler, this is low-hanging fruit. Speaking of low-hanging fruit from earlier.
Good.
Is called Eat My Shorts. But this all makes sense. This all comes back around. You're going to think it's brilliant. I guarantee it. In order to unlock Eat My Shorts, what you have to do is figure out a way how to get rid of Bart Simpson's shorts. One option is to eat them. But why? I'm sure everyone's sitting there thinking, why would you want to get rid of Bart Simpson's shorts? Well,
are you some sort of a pedophile?
That is one option. Another option might be, oh, well, they're purple, and you're trying to get rid of purple things. Why wouldn't Bart just get rid of his shorts? Well, I don't know. The answer is no one knows. It's just purple. Shrug. They're just purple.
Oh, man. I didn't even notice that.
That I can't tell you how good it feels to like give you that achievement because that has bothered me since I was 10 years old. That his shorts are fucking purple. You're trying to get rid of purple things in the level.
That's got to be them trying to mess with you. That's got to be it. Ugh.
So, and I also want to just point it out, your mom may not like it when you say, how do you get Bart Simpson to take his shorts off? Might raise some eyebrows.
Mother, this troublesome boy will not remove his trousers from me.
His short pants.
The aliens told me to take them from him, and he will not.
And she's like, son, you ignorant fool. They're space mutants.
You are from Florence. You will say it like a damn Florentian.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
Do you have any achievements for this game?
My first one is Vanna White, and you get Vanna White by collecting all the letters for everybody on one stage.
I love it.
The second one is Pat Sajak.
Okay.
And that is for collecting all the letters for 2 characters in the course of the game, for 2 levels.
Okay.
And Can't think of anybody higher than Pat Sajak.
On the wheel?
On the wheel.
No.
Who else?
It's just them.
The
wheel itself?
Merv Griffin.
Merv Griffin?
So Merv Griffin is get all the letters for all the characters for every level.
Okay. See, that's weird. I've kind of put like Pat Sajak and Vanna White, they're a unit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's a
team.
you can't break them up, man.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. What happens? Like, do they just end the show if one of them's like, I'm done?
God, I wonder how much money they make now.
Well, they have to, because like every
enough to climb into cryogenic freezing pods every single night. So.
Oh God, yeah, which you know that they have to do the way that they both look.
But Vanna White may have been bred to turn the tiles and stay looking like 38 forever.
She was a revolutionary soldier. I don't know if you knew that.
Did you know she's the vampire that inspired Twilight? Vanika Whitelight Vampire Princess is actually her entire title.
Did you say Vanika Whitelight? I love that. I love that. All right, I know what villain I'm going to use in the Delta Green game.
That should be your Mithra healing cleric.
I agree. Oh, have I mentioned to you in Final Fantasy XIV they just randomly changed all the race names?
They're the same races as
They're the same.
11, but they just changed the names.
They just changed the names just to be
so
dicks,
stupid.
I guess.
So stupid.
So anyway,
Ugh.
sorry, I took us out of achievements. Or do you have any more achievements?
No, I had something with cherry bombs. I wanted to do something with Chica Cherry Cola. Then I had like something about Eagle Eye Cherry for Josh, but I can't think of it. Just can't land on a good one. So I'm out.
Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
Cherry Poppin' Daddies is another one. I mean, I guess
that Cherry Poppin' Daddy could be, because you could be Cherry Poppin' Daddy. Unlock that, you scare a bird. Because, a bird is a horrible term to use for a woman.
A bird is a flying hymen. I don't know if you knew that.
It's just a hymen on wings.
That's where they go. Every time a woman has sex for the first time, a bird
turns into a bird. That's where birds come from.
Yeah, matter can be either created or destroyed. So a hymen becomes a bird.
That's just science.
Tony, back me up on this one.
That's just fucking science.
And if you call telling me I'm wrong, then you'll be the first person we actively ignore because I'm not wrong. Is that Tony? Hey, Tony, about that bird. Next caller.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
I got a little segment.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you mind indulging me?
Please.
I have a little segment. I'm not going to give Phil Hawkins credit for anymore. Phil, Sandwich Boat Phil, you've run out of references for giving us this segment. So enjoy it.
That was the last one.
That was the last one. Tyler, I have a little segment called YouTube Comments presented by Capri Sun Island Refreshers. I had a friend who lived down the street who would pronounce Capri Sun Caprison.
Now how we're saying our closer tonight.
All right. First comment. Oh, crap. Bart did not just spray paint the purple man. I don't even know.
He did not.
I don't even know what that
Grimace will kill his ass.
means. Purple man is in, it's a proper noun.
Before he was Slender Man. He was first Purple Man.
Purple man. Look at that. Look at old Purple Man drinking his Caprison. All right, second comment. I had such a rage on for this game. It was crazy. Most kids thought of it, that game where you don't get past level 1, but I lived it. I got the epic strats and magazines and pieced my way to not just finishing the first level, but hacking Krusty Land and beating the game. This was my hardcore news achievement, and it's not a one a lot people had. So that was a comment.
I hope I hope his school had like some kind of a news channel. It's my hardcore. This week's hardcore video game player of the week, Chet Anderson.
I, unfortunately, on the way here, you live a little farther away than the TADPOG high rise. So I had a few little just minutes that I could like ruminate on things. I figured out what
That's why I moved.
Yeah, like you know what? Dave really needs to collect his thoughts before he gets here when we record.
I'm gonna live and each time I feel you slacky off, I'll move a little further away each time.
You know, I'm pretty sure that motherfucker doesn't even know where birds come from. So on the way here, I had a few extra minutes, and I pieced together, I think he actually means my hardcore NES achievement, but he misspelled it as news achievement, which that's a real Walter Cronkite there, this guy, beating The Simpsons.
Hardcore. That's whenever I film pornography, the moment we talk about it, we're done fucking.
Hardcore news. I would watch some hardcore news. You want something to compete with Jon Stewart's Daily Show, which I know is not a thing anymore. But I mean, the Daily Show is still a thing, I guess.
Trevor Noah. I enjoy Trevor Noah. It's good.
I hear he's good. I haven't seen it, but I do know a lot of people who used to watch a Daily Show who now, when I mention it, they just close their eyes and shake their head no. So,
see, they're what? Oh, what's the term for those?
Hipsters,
racists. That's what Trevor Noah. You can't say it. Anyone who loves the Daily Show and doesn't watch it because you're on it, fine. They're just racist.
It's not.
Fine.
It's not an episode unless one of us plays the race card.
He's not as sentimental as Jon Stewart, but I feel like his jokes are ballsier than Jon Stewart's.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I have to watch.
He doesn't have those quiet moments where he'll stop the goofs and then just hit somebody hard. Trevor Noah doesn't really do that, but his jokes are consistently, I feel like they're edgier.
Yeah. But how about hardcore news? You'd watch that, right?
Yeah.
Like we've all seen the video of the Japanese newscaster, and like it's a newscaster bukkake is essentially what it is. I'd watch more of that, like with like real news. Like I'd love to know how things went at the polls with just like someone just getting sprayed down.
You just see, oh man, if it was something like where friction would reveal it. So it's somebody just jerking off, and the closer they got, you could see finally the winner being revealed.
Like a reverse Etch-a-Sketch?
Yeah. Or it's like put one of those scratchers all over someone's dick. So and then the more they go, it just peels
like
away.
Like a lotto ticket?
Yeah, exactly.
You just made my wiener
Give
hurt.
me a nickel job. Just go up and down.
Third YouTube comment. I remember this, but I don't think I got very far. Someone please lead me to where he either has some squiggly thing on his head or he sees squiggles with glasses. So.
Probably not this game.
I mean, you see squiggly things on people's heads, I guess.
Yeah, I guess for the specs.
Yeah.
That's pretty memorable. I don't know.
I can't lead him there, whatever it is. Whatever he's looking for, I can't lead him there.
Fuck that guy.
That's all I got. That's all the comments.
All right. Any more questions?
I do. I have a couple more questions.
All right.
Tyler, I have 3 more questions.
Okay.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
If you were to give this game a very sleepy beard, you look so
I'm all right.
sleepy.
I feel
right
weird
now.
more than sleepy.
Okay.
So it's
Perfect,
good. It's good.
perfect.
This is where we want to be.
Yeah.
You made me laugh on my way into Sleepy Town, so it just made it weird.
Okay. No, perfect. That's great. So you want to go, after this, you want to go make some birds?
Uh-huh. Man, that's... unless you have like a formula for wives to regrow it, we are going away for a long time. I've seen the fake ones at like Spencer's Gifts.
What?
So,
Wait.
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah.
Well, what?
They're
the
like
fake birds?
repair kits or fake ones or fake hymens.
No.
There's hymen trickery afoot at Spencer's Gifts. It's not the first time I've said that. That was my senior quote in the yearbook.
All right. You hear that, Max Fun? You want to pick us up for your network? Here we are, baby. Here we are. We're waiting. We got arms open. We're waiting to embrace you. To the Max Fun Network, we're the kid in class that smells like piss.
Yeah. Especially in that network. Yeah.
All right, Tyler. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. I keep bringing us to a weird place, mainly because I know I can get you to follow me there. Tyler, if you were to give this game a
Or am I
beer-
luring you there?
I don't know.
What.
That's the beauty of this relationship. We're savage venom right now. This is what's happening. I don't know which one of us is Eddie Brock. I don't know which one of us is a symbiote, but like something is clicking. It's working. If you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be?
Oh man, I guess I would have to give it. Ooh, the beard of I can't think of a good character. Not that I probably ever could have, but some shitty glued on Tracy Ullman character beard.
Okay, like Spirit Gum style, like
Spirit Gum, just like a wispy kind of like wispy like cotton, just painted shittily gray and then drawn out like. Yeah, nah, fuck it. Yeah, just a bad Tracy Ullman
in a beard.
Tracy Ullman in a shitty beard.
Not just a beard, a shitty beard. A bird's nest? Just trying to bring back the birds.
Yeah.
That's what you call a vagina, a bird's nest.
Yeah. A whole nest of broken hymens.
And then when the hymen's gone, you call it an empty nest. And I don't know what you call it when you find a nest in the yard and you're mowing the yard and you just roll over it. I don't know what that sex act is, but that's a thing.
That's how people who sign the True Love Waits cards get it back.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
If you were to give this game a pair of glasses, what kind of glasses would it be?
If I had to give this a pair of glasses, I have to give it the pair of glasses from that Rowdy Roddy Piper movie that lets you see things for what they really are when you put them on, since the X-ray specs do that.
They live.
Yeah, they live.
love
Only it's
that
a
movie.
really, really, really bad like VHS copy that has like been played
like
so
bad
many times.
tracking. It was recorded
Yeah.
on super long or whatever.
Yeah.
The one where you can get 10 hours on a fucking tape.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I got to get all the Garfield specials on one tape. This has to happen. You know what? I did not know that there was a wrestler in that movie until I was an adult because I didn't watch wrestling as a kid.
Yeah.
I just knew that I loved that movie. And then when it was revealed to me that guy was a wrestler, I was like, oh, cool.
I'm his biggest fan. What's he doing nowadays? Oh, he's no longer among us. I have no reason to ever watch wrestling. Thank you.
Tyler, I have one more question. You've been waiting for it. Everyone's been waiting for it. We know what's coming. Tyler, what I want to know is how much is this game on Amazon?
$18.50.
Tyler, actual retail value of The Simpsons: Bart versus the Space Mutants
Space Mutants.
for the NES used at the time of this recording is $9.98. Is that worth it?
No.
I agree.
No.
This is a $2 maximum game.
Yeah.
Two max.
$2 sticker at a yard sale or a flea market. That's when you buy this game.
You might be able to find it cheaper on price charting.
Or
Thank you, Adam.
Emulator.
Oh yeah, Mr. Bay.
Yes, Mr. Bay could probably provide you with what it's actually worth.
Probably. All right. That's all I got, man.
We could probably take a call or two.
Yeah. All right. You feeling that weird, huh?
Yeah, I'm feeling that weird.
Okay.
Bring it.
We do have a lot of calls. We got 104 right now. So
Man.
it would be good to play some calls at the end
Yeah.
of shows. All right. I got to scroll through all of them. So you got any hymens in particular you'd like to talk about while we wait?
Well, I know Taryn has taken what she said 5 boy hymens.
What is a boy hymen exactly?
It's basically just like it's a layer of ego. It's a thin layer that restrains the boy's ego. That once broken, ego then starts to leak out.
Is that the silver scratch off material?
Yeah, it's about that strong.
I'm still scrolling. That's how many calls we have. Tyler, did you ever want a pet bird when you were a child?
No, I don't like birds.
At all.
At all. Like my cousin had birds, and I was like,
Oh.
"Can I pet them?" No, they just kind of bite you. Sometimes you can pet, like they might sit on your finger. They just shit everywhere. Like I don't. I know people have birds and love birds. I've never connected with a bird, so
I can agree with the sentiment that knowing a person with a bird will straight off like that. You'll know. You'll enter their house and you'll see this caged creature, this prehistoric creature in a cage, and you'll either be like, "I want one of those unloving things," or you'll be like, "No, thank you. That is a gross thing in a cage."
Yeah.
And I'm in the gross thing in a cage category.
And then I imagine like parrots that like can talk and live for long periods of time. Like, okay, maybe I imagine there are affectionate birds, but like it's got to be harder to find. Like, I mean, every dog's pretty much gonna be affectionate. Cat's a little more rare, but so there's plenty of those.
That's what makes the affectionate ones so much better, though.
Yeah.
It's like you feel like, oh, the diamond in the rough. I have the Aladdin of cats.
But I feel like then an affectionate bird has to be even more rare than the cat to find the good like bird that's gonna cuddle with you.
I don't even know that I want that. I don't know that I want a bird to cuddle.
Depends on the bird. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd go visit a parrot. I don't want to own a parrot, but I'd go visit a parrot.
I mean, they live like 80 years, like the big parrots or
The macaws.
Yeah.
That's also kind of disconcerting.
You've inherited this bird.
That will outlive you.
Yeah.
So your messages can be delivered to your loved ones from beyond the grave. It'll say things like, "Yeah, shake it, baby." All right, I got a call pulled up. Thanks for stalling. Here is a call. It's from 757, which I think is our beloved Adam.
Okay.
Please let me know this comes through the waveform.
What's up, TADPOG? It's your beloved Adam. Sunday morning, 9:24 on Valentine's Day.
All right.
So I just wanted to call and wish you guys a happy Valentine's Day and let you know that I've been yours since day one.
Oh.
And I love you guys. I just finished 2 episodes. I finished Chris Edler's pinball episode. Which
Man, good
awesome.
episode.
I love pinball. I thought of some things that I wanted to ask, and I've forgotten since then because I went to sleep. So if I think about it, I'll call you back. If I don't, whatever. Great episode. Super awesome, fun host. Did a great job. I really enjoyed listening to him. And then I just finished the Stargate episode, which, was a great episode because Ian was on there. I wanted to chime in with the last story that Ian had to share. I guess it was the first story that he shared about the guy at the Journal who talked about anal rape in a men's room. And if I were Ian and a man who was 6 inches taller and longer than me was standing next to me in a urinal and said that very sentence to me, knowing my personality, I would have looked at him real slowly and said, "So you want to go first or do you want me to go first?" And just see what he does with that. Because, true story, the day that I got engaged, we were down in Alabama.
The man.
My wife went to Auburn University, so we were engaged on her campus, which she really dug. And then we went to the Atlanta Braves home opener. So good day all around. On the way home, we were driving back to North Carolina to stay with a friend. And we went into a McDonald's. And my best friend and I were in the McDonald's bathroom. And there are 2 urinals and a stall. And I'm a stall kind of man. So it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I go over to the stall. The door seems to be a little locked. So I peek over just to see if it's locked or if there's someone in there.
Look under, man.
Worker, big guy, sitting on the can, taking a dump. Looks up at me and says,
"No.
Yeah, I'm in here.
No,
what do you
no.
want to do? Come in here and suck me off?"
Oh, shit.
And I didn't know what to say to that because I guess he was embarrassed that I saw him taking a dump.
So I gave my first blowjob that day.
The handle real hard, and he was like, "What the F are you doing?" I said, "I'm trying to come in there. You want me to suck you off? Let me in." The dude did not say a whole word after that the whole time we were in the bathroom. We were out eating 2 o'clock in the morning at McDonald's. The dude walked out, didn't even make eye contact with me the whole time. I even cat whistled at him, didn't say a word.
I wish you
maybe try that
ordered a
next time.
corn dog.
Might get the guy a little nervous, and then you won't ever have anybody talk to you at a urinal again. Well, love you guys. Happy Valentine's Day, and kiss your wives for me on the cheek, please. But just shake them on the mouth. Love you.
Ordered a corn dog, just be deep throating it when it comes out.
Yeah, just have 2 of them just in your mouth at the same time, not chewing anything, just looking at them with like the crossed walrus corn dog face.
Also, make sure to wear a lot of mascara that is not waterproof.
But that's good advice, Adam. And if you ever encounter a large, aggressively straight man, offer him sex in a bathroom. That's solid advice. TADPOG endorses Adam's advice.
Or,
Soliciting sex, large men in a men's room.
as we've covered earlier, you could have just said, "No, thank you. I've already played Bart versus the Space Mutants, and I did not care for it."
Or if you have a particularly flat wiener, try and put it in between the slats.
If you have what we like to call the tapeworm,
the Dalzim wiener, or it just
the Dalzimer. Pass. All right. So thanks for calling, Adam. I rather enjoyed that phone call. It looks like he remembered the thing that he forgot because we've got another call from the same number, which was also on Valentine's Day. Let's do this shit.
TADPOG, it's Adam.
What up, Adam?
Started listening to the All Calls episode with Sandra, and I can't think of the guy's name that dances because you guys are like crinkling up all sorts of candy wrappers and things, and I just blew a load in my jeans, and
Chandra and
it
Paul.
was so satisfying. I love it. I haven't even gotten to the episode yet, but I was on my way to work, and I was about to stop at Taco Bell, but decided that one soggy discharge in my jeans was good enough for today, so I'm skipping Taco Bell altogether and just riding into work with just crusty pants, and I'm feeling it. I love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And the dance guy's name's Paul. I'm really sorry I missed that, Paul. I got a load of baby goo in my pants. So. Woo!
Good Ric Flair ending.
I've learned something today.
Mm-hmm.
Adam is punchy on Valentine's Day.
True.
All right. Thanks for calling, Adam. We have time for any more?
Well, let's do one more.
Just one more.
One more, so not all the calls for Adam.
Just one more. Well, this is another two-parter. This is from 413.
Okay.
So here we go. 413. It's you.
Motherfucking TADPOG. It's Sean. So it's like Valentine's Day, and I thought it was appropriate to call and ask this question. If you guys were to make a porn parody of something, what would you guys do? Mine, I really like mine. It's a porn parody on Alice in Wonderland. Have you ever heard the phrase, like, when you're looking at porn, you're going down the rabbit hole?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're just going to keep clicking and clicking and clicking.
It's when you're
That's
fucking
what the title is.
yeah.
Alice in Wonderland, down the rabbit hole. Now, like, you got the forest of gangbangs, and you got Bukkake Castle. Oh my God, there's so many different possibilities where this could go. Yeah. Sounds pretty good to me. Anyways, love to hear you guys' thoughts. Catch you later. Enjoy the rest of the show. Peace.
Thank you, Sean, who sounds like Doppelganger Cody.
Yeah,
like
the
doppelgangers are just, I mean, they're everywhere, man. Okay.
So what is, all right, so Venom, then Carnage, and then after Carnage is Toxin.
I think that's her name, the female one,
So
right?
the first doppelganger is Cody. So Sean, it's Toxin Sean is automatic 'cause he's the next symbiote, the next doppelganger.
I guess, because Fish Lips J is just Venom.
He's the original
Venom,
Venom.
right?
He's Venom.
And then Doppelganger Cody is Carnage.
Yes.
And then now we're to
Toxin Sean.
Okay, Toxin Sean. Okay, cool. Also, thank you for giving me the phrase that I am going to teach my parrot to say once I'm dead, and that is Bukkake Castle. I want to burden my son Henry with a bird who only says Bukkake Castle.
Tell me, Bird, what is your father's estates? Bukkake Castle. I even threw a southern draw into parrots.
Well, that's how I teach it.
That was awful.
That's how well you know me. That's how I teach it.
Bukkake Castle.
Little known bit of trivia. The parrot from Donkey Kong Country, that's the only phrase that he can say. Bukkake Castle. That's it. That's why
and
he's not
coconuts
in
come
all
out.
the games. Yeah. So I'm. What porn parody would you like to have?
My initial thing was, Earthbound. They're all like 10 though, so maybe not. Maybe
a lot of birds.
Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Jumping across time, and Chrono has to like fuck all these people, and
fucking not only through space but time as well.
yeah, and you get thing about and like the mass moon is actually a cock ring that Frog puts on. He has to fuck Magus with it, and Magus is like. Then you get the incest vibe for that crowd. Him after Scala, it's a whole. And you get lots of doggy style women on top with Ayla. Like she's the one. She's topping Kino, just fist. So it's fine. You know, something for everybody with the Chrono Trigger.
The older I get, the more I appreciate Ayla. And I mean,
Ayla's fucking badass.
When I was younger, I was not into Ayla at all. I was like, forget it, Marl. All the way. Now I think I'm turning.
Ayla was a main of mine. Love Ayla.
Yeah, I like Ayla.
Charm, stealing all that shit, stealing tabs.
Yeah. Oh, I was talking about.
Oh, jerking it.
Fucking.
Okay.
No. I wouldn't. I know.
No. Wanting to get fucked by. Yeah,
right.
Got you.
Tyler, I'm saving myself.
She's got
for
the
Ayla.
iron fist and the gold fist, iron fist. Yeah, it's good.
I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm saving myself for Ayla.
Yeah, I mean, you'll make a very special bird.
Yeah, well, I've heard that before.
What? Okay, so the female hymen. Does the butt have one? You'd think so.
The butt hymen?
Is there a butt hymen?
We break it very, very early in our lives. Like, I remember my mom used to tell me that when I was younger, I didn't poop because I hadn't broken my butt hymen yet. So they had to take me to the doctor and just break it. They just had to break my butt hymen. That's a normal thing,
This
right?
boy has a nightmarishly elastic butt hymen.
And then, I don't know, my uncle kept just breaking it when I got older.
You have one-upped me, sir.
I'm kidding, by the way. To all my uncles listening out there, I apologize.
I'm just kidding. I have many uncles. Which one was it? Next family reunion, we're going to play a game.
They'll play a fun game called Dave's Made a Wild Accusation.
Our special guest is a cop who's going to take away one of Dave's very special uncles.
I noticed the one who's always drunk got real nervous.
That's pretty. What about you? What's your porn parody?
My life.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'd just like to see that.
Okay, good. He said it was a two-parter, or should we end there? Because now we're about time.
Sean called back. I say we save it.
Okay.
I say we save it for the next time we take calls.
Okay. Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud. So don't miss the next game. I'm not sure what we're talking about next. We have. Oh no, it's the Little Fears
review.
The Little Fears you're
going to tell us how poorly we played and what things we missed, and then we're probably going to say really good things about the system. I don't know. It's kind of if you're sitting there thinking, "Oh, that's a cop out," you're right. Yeah, it is. That's a cruise control episode. Is what that is.
I feel like we need to do those though.
Yeah,
for every single one, we need to talk about the system and talk about like at least the story. If I wrote, like if I wrote, I'm going to talk about things that they didn't get to.
Yeah,
and other things that could have happened, things that I had planned, and things that I had to change around a little bit, and just complete the whole experience.
And I want to hear it, honestly. Yeah. And it helps me because it gives me a little bit more time to prepare.
Yeah.
Which I need. I need more time to prepare for the game that I'm going to run.
But as for next Wednesday,
we
have decided, we don't know what list, we've decided to go ahead and do another list.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're going to start that next Wednesday or if probably not.
Let's not do it next, but soon.
Yeah.
Because the listeners, I pride ourselves in like listening to feedback and trying to adapt the show based on that feedback. And most of the feedback that we've heard has been that our listeners do enjoy it when we do it.
They want a list.
They want a list. It's what the show was built on, and it's something that our listeners want. So we've talked about it. You know I'm not crazy about the idea, but we're doing it. We're doing it. Yep. And Phil, Sandwich Pope Phil, had a really good suggestion, and I like to try to keep to his suggestion, and that is we'll do a list, but we'll do it at our pace. So if we I don't want to feel like every Wednesday we have to do a game on the list if we feel like we haven't had the time put into it that we can actually do it justice.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I like the idea of having a list, but kind of being a little flexible with it.
Yeah, I think that's good too. I mean, we'll announce that ahead of time. So next week we're gonna have to depart from the list because it's a big game or something like that, and we'll try to let you know. But yeah, we're gonna do a list. And I guess the third most popular requested thing after we finished SNES, what we asked, of course, the highest requested thing, N64.
Right.
Right after that was Sega Genesis.
Right.
So we'll be doing a Sega Genesis list.
Yep.
We don't know which one.
Right.
So
There's a bunch.
So we'll make it there's so many. So if you're a Genesis person, if you know of a good list you feel that really rounds out the experience, let me know. Send TADPOG a private message on Facebook, and just give me some suggestions there, and then I'll narrow it down. Dave and I will talk about it, and we'll finish out a list to do from there. We don't know how. Like 25 would probably be good. Another 100 would be way too much.
Yeah, I'm afraid to do.
So
100.
I think at least between, and I feel like 10 might be like not enough
I
for
don't
the
think
whole
10's
Genesis
enough.
list. So a good 25 I feel would be good.
Yeah, that's half a year. If we do it every Wednesday, that's half a year.
Which I think for a lot of games we probably would be able to be pretty consistent. But I know there are games that will be bigger, like Shining Force and Phantasy Star 4,
Where we
that
do
will
two
inevitably
parts.
be on there.
Yeah.
So I mean, if we don't want to make it 2 parts, or we haven't felt like we've even done enough to do a part 1, then we'll do something else entertaining instead.
As long as we're not boxing ourselves in.
Yeah.
If we're not like, I feel like when we do a list,
If you had a crazy, one of us has just a crazy week where you didn't get to play the game that much, we don't want to force it, and we'll do something else. It'll probably always be a video game though. I'll at least do like a shitty Super Nintendo game.
When we commit to a list, I always feel like I'm signing up like a 2-year contract to Verizon or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's nice. I like the idea of kind of being flexible with it and not like freaking out if we can't play Shining Force in time for a Wednesday episode kind of deal. So I thank you, Phil, for your suggestion. I feel like it was really helpful.
Yeah, it really was. We still love those 5-star iTunes reviews. So if you could please help us out. Biggest marketplace, still gets us the most views. So please go to iTunes, find TADPOG, subscribe, give the Shive a 5-star, right? Woo, it's getting bad.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, I'm going to slow down.
Cloudy.
I can't do it. Yeah. Please give the show. Here we go.
Also, I want to point out, I like how you said iTunes.
iTunes. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Man. And I'm glitching out. This is bad.
Uh-huh.
I'm like that copy of Majora's Mask and that creepypasta. So please, find the show on iTunes.
Nice.
TADPOG, that is. Find the show. So subscribe
Oil,
to the show.
that is.
Oil. Texas tea. Find the show and subscribe. Give the show a 5-star rating and write a review. If there's a guest host you want for that episode or a game you want us to play.
Yes.
A Patreon request.
Uh-huh.
And I said something else last time. Oh, a tabletop RPG you might want us to try. Please include that in your review. We promise we will get to that eventually. But before you start, I'm taking it out because I totally forgot about it until just now. I do have a new 5-star review.
Excellent.
That it's a nice one. I like it. I like to share it.
Okay.
So from Smitty2700, funny old guys, 5 stars. I had a longer review, but I don't see it on iTunes. So you get a short, crappy one. Screw you, iTunes.
Yeah, iTunes.
Love the show, and the Little Fears episodes are a great change of pace. Tyler and Dave's vast knowledge of buttholes is great and is possibly the only reason I listen to the show. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome to see.
Yes.
I like seeing that 5-star review. Also, if this episode doesn't show up on the iTunes store, I'm going to confirm my belief that iTunes just blocks episodes where we say bad things about iTunes.
Ooh.
Because we've had a recent one that did not show up in the iTunes store, and I'm curious if that has something to do with
That's
it.
interesting.
I know that sounds like some crazy Democratic conspiracy theory.
I bet Bernie'd have our episode show up. Distribute the show to the masses.
Oh, but like Tyler said,
To your dash M's. To your colons.
we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about more stuff. I realize that we didn't tell you what game we're going to be talking about, but we'll just tune in. We'll be here. In the meantime, you can always find us on tadpog.com. That's where the show notes live. You can find us on Facebook. We're at facebook.com/tadpog. There's a lot of cool people there doing a lot of cool shit. If you want to give us an opinion or if you have a comment on this particular episode, that is the best place to put it because we will read that. You can find us on Twitter. We are at tadpog_podcast. It's cumbersome. I realize. Hey, thank you to everyone out there on Twitter who's retweeting us, especially our episode announcements, because that helps spread the word of the show. And I do appreciate that. It makes me feel good when I see all them retweets. You can find us on Patreon. If you'd like to throw us a couple bucks, if you like what we're doing here, if you like our shuck and jive, you can do that on Patreon at patreon.com/tadpog. I want to thank everybody who currently donates. You truly do make a difference on the show and make us just generally feel good. And I like to feel good. I apologize because it's been a very long time since I have thanked new donors. I do have a list. Do me a solid, and I do mean this, listener, Patreon donor.
Oh, look at me like, what? Okay, what should I do?
If I have left you off the list, please let me know. Because I do want to thank you. I do want to read your name on our show. I feel like that's like a ritual. Like that needs to happen. I need to say your name to complete the ritual. So I want to thank
The ritual of binding to make you ours. Thank you.
Yeah. Of course. I'd like to thank Thomas Deeks. I'd like to thank Shane Davis. I'd like to thank, I believe, Anastasia Anderson. If it's Anastasia, I apologize. Again, I'm horrible at pronouncing names. Let me know if I pronounce your name incorrectly. And I'd like to thank Ramon Castillo.
Yeah, I don't think we know we did, but I don't think we thanked him for it. So yeah.
And I cannot remember if I've thanked Frederick Snyder or Mason Schultz or Gates Elliott or Kyle Pertlebaugh. I'm pretty sure I've thanked Greg.
Yep.
I know we thanked Micah Purdue. I'm just saying, at this point, I'm just reading names on my screen.
I think we're good. I think we've gone past that point. I think we're good now. I think we're caught up.
Greg, Mike Lanham, Michael Winters.
Well, we know Mike's just listening because Taryn.
Because Taryn makes
he won't
them.
even hear this one. Just the other ones that are Taryn exclusive.
Addison Webb, Brett Miller, Pat Lashinger, bloody-handed otaku of Ziggy Moon's Mike H. Thanks again for the package. John Harvey, Paul Clark, Nicole Nance, Nick Price, Davin Houston, or Huston, or Davin Huston. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm awful.
Yeah, that one goes a lot of different ways.
Alex Pina, now I know we're caught up, but I'm committed. Cody Root, Kyle Mullins, Rob Torres, or Torres, sorry, Travis Farmer, Sean Muldowney, Mike Sheila, Ryan Walters, parentheses, Master of Coin, Time Lord Josh Edwards, Brandon Dressler, Philip Wiseman, Patrick Frost, Craig Heisel, I think. I don't have enough dots on my screen. I can't read it. Sorry. Ian Chandler, a Wizened Sage. Two Dudes in an S. That's a podcast. Whom did Bart versus Space Mutants, which you should check out. Peter Panda, Paul Anderson, Massacre, Jacob York of Wolf Fighting fame, Mondo, Taco Johns, Nate from Utah, first time caller, Tyler Dunnigan, Steve N, Zeus, Paul Kluel, Brandon Eves, Zachary English, Taryn Landon, Douglas from Better Made, Andrew Rowland, Pilgrim Zero, Chris, David Roberts, Ben Caruth. I'm so sorry, Ben. I know how to pronounce your name. I just can't say it right. I just can't. My tongue just won't let me say it right. Phil Hawkins, Lord, which is Dennis, and Soul Sister Yarn Sorceress Chandra, and the guy who dances, Paul Court.
Yeah, that guy who dances.
So that was probably a really interesting bit for about 52 people, and you fucking deserved it. You fucking deserved it.
Yep.
You deserve to hear your names. I love you guys.
Yeah, I love them too. So much love. Do you have a phone number?
We do have a phone number. If you'd like to give us a call, you can reach us at 270-883-2555. Leave us a voicemail. Send us a text. We will not ignore it unless I accidentally skip over it, in which case I'm sorry.
Or Tony is trying to correct me on bird hymens.
Or, yes, Tony is trying to throw his bullshit science in the face of our real science of where birds come from. Tyler, can people mail us things?
They can. They can be sent to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. We love packages. We love in the show and type of what we've got, and they give usually good conversation. We love it. Trying these foods. Looking forward to this MRE for special spice night.
Thanks again, Mike, of Ziggy Address Label fame.
And we have a Instagram, so that is tadpog_podcast on Instagram. Try to put stuff up there every day-ish.
That pillowcase for sure.
That pillowcase.
Right before I take it home.
I need to put those comics and all that stuff up on there.
In my next, so in Little Fears, Glim sacrificed Suge Knight, the plushie T-Rex. So the next game, I think, will be this waifu pillow.
When we play these characters again, now Glim will be the older one at 12. And he's got this.
Char doesn't love him anymore, but his waifu does. And we'll make it really weird, and he'll call it Fidget.
I mean, because she's also no longer a believer.
Right.
Because if Glim's 12, then yeah, Char is what?
85.
85. Our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive. A link to that track can be found in the show notes at tadpog.com. I think we know how we're going to close this out.
You said it early in the show, but I forgot.
It was how to say Capricorn.
Oh, yeah. Caprison. So, until next time, Caprison. We just sounded fucked up.
I am, so it's fine. He hated me. Like he wanted to be the inside boy, but he was the outside car boy.